Hey, where were you the night of June 3rd, 2000? No, I'm not investigating a murder here. I'm trying to figure out if you were able to see the MTV Movie Awards. If you were a fan of MTV, if you were around in the 90s and the 2000s, you know this was quite an award show to watch. We are now removed from the Oscar season that we just dealt with. I don't have to think about a Nora, or the Brutalist, or Amelia Perez ever again.
Vaginoplasty, yes. Mammoplasty, yes. Background dancers, yes.
But I do want to take ourselves back to an award show that is a bit lighter, a bit more fun, to an era of movies that I think is amazing. I think 1999 is the best year for film ever. So to cover an award show from 2000 covering the 1999 movies, this is a perfect opportunity to go way back to look at one of my favorite award shows and look at the madness that is the 2000 MTV Movie Awards.
The 2000 MTV Movie Awards.
Hello, my name is EJ Marino, and thank you guys for joining me for this video. I am so excited to be diving into the MTV Movie Awards from the year 2000. If you're into seeing Tom Green attempt to act, a Matrix parody that goes on way too long, and Selma Blair and Sarah Michelle Gellar kissing once again, this is the award show for you. If you were around in the year 2000, you know that MTV was still in its peak. We were like TRLing all the time. Yeah, you guys remember Carson Daly listing music videos? What an era. But we're also at a really good time in pop culture. We are in like the teen movie rise of the late 90s. We're also getting a lot of good big action blockbusters, a lot of them that we cover in this video today. We're also in a weird art house phase where like movies like Fight Club that should have just been seen by 5 weirdos was a big deal. It was a big pop culture moment. The Matrix, a movie that I don't think anyone expected to be as popular as it was, is one of the big dominant forces throughout this award show. I love the year 2000. I love the late 90s. I'm a millennial. It's perfectly millennial for me to be very into this award show, very much into this era, but I remember this award show airing. I remember so many distinct things. I didn't even watch Sex and the City at the time, but I remember being like, ooh, what is this Sex and the City thing? I actually just recently finished last year my first ever binge of the original Sex and the City series. What a time in my life. I feel like everything went crazy in my life once that show ended.
So you him? No, I agreed to go with him to this club called the Matrix, but first we went back to his place for a glass of wine. And then you...
But yes, we are going to be diving into the nitty-gritty of this award show. We're going to be looking at the landscape of pop culture at the time. We're looking at some of the most iconic moments from this show. And overall, do we miss shows like this? Do we miss MTV getting into the pop culture world? I know even the VMAs don't feel like they used to. The last VMA I felt like really slapped was that 2009 one where Kanye interrupted Taylor, Gaga bled all over the place, Single Ladies was performed. What a good era that was. But again, we're so far removed from that in the VMA world. That means we're even farther from good movie awards on MTV.
Coming up, Ice Cube.
What's up, MTV?
Katie Holmes, Chris Klein, Aaliyah, Nicolas Cage.
I know the joke nowadays is like MTV, they don't even play music videos anymore, but you all don't realize what MTV was as like a forefront for fashion, for movies, for music, for pop culture. MTV really was that place to go. And it was really popular in the late 80s and early 90s, but there was a moment in that like 97 to like 2002 where truly MTV was at a different level. They were operating on different things that even this award show that isn't as prestigious as something like the Oscars was still a very big deal. That's just the power of MTV. I don't think really kids these days realize what MTV was as a powerhouse, what it could do for your career, what it could do to kill your career or make your career, what it could do for you as an artist, as a filmmaker. There are so many people who started off as music video directors, would win some VMAs or things like that later on, and then go on to be David Fincher. We went from the Madonna Vogue video to Fight Club that we talk about this year. Like, it is crazy to see what MTV was like kind of brewing these filmmakers up to be such big deals, building these actors. There's so many young hot actors that were so popular with the MTV era, like seeing Jason Biggs, seeing Amy Smart, seeing Tom Green. My goodness, Tom Green, the bit Amy Smart and Tom Green do in this show.
How many people like coffee machines?
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Tedious and annoying. I'm so glad we are so far removed from the Tom Green era. Maybe it's the gay in me. his humor just never worked. I did like him in the Charlie's Angels movie, which is very much this era as well, but yeah, God, you guys remember Tom Green? That is the most nostalgic thing watching this award show again, is going, oh yeah, Tom Green was a person.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I still have some work to do.
Daddy, would you like some sausage?
So 2000 was also a weird time for film. We're seeing, as much as MTV was going for that teen, young adult demographic, so were movies. Movies were really shifting to try to get in a new era of moviegoers, which is my prime era of moviegoing. Like 97 to like 2003, I saw so many movies at the movie theaters. Like, it was just such a moment. I saw Deep Blue Sea in the movie theaters. I could tell you a story about the power cutting out, me getting scared when it came back on, and LL Cool J was getting eaten by a shark. Oh my goodness. What a time that this was. And MTV was really being able to kind of be that epicenter of everything, where everyone kind of converged at. Like, we're seeing things like the music tie-ins for stuff. We have musical guests throughout this. Like, why was Metallica performing? Oh, because they have a song from Mission Impossible 2. Which Mission Impossible 2 was this like big bombastic blockbuster at this time. We're really seeing movies though really try to get that young demographic. We have the rise of the like teen movie here. You know, Cruel Intentions was a big talking point here. Julia Stiles won a breakthrough female performance for 10 Things I Hate About You.
Girlfriend, you got rhythm. So I really appreciate it. Thank you, MTV viewers.
We're really seeing the youth-driven movement, and that's not just teen movies. We have things like Austin Powers. We have things like The Phantom Menace, the return of Star Wars in 1999 and going into 2000. These were such big deals, and we're starting to see Hollywood really try to gear stuff towards this younger demographic, and it's great. We still have prestige films. We have like a Being John Malkovich. We have a Fight Club. We have these movies that are for a older demographic as well, but they were also still trying to attract such youth and trying to bring a new fresh energy to Hollywood, and I do definitely think it worked. I think looking at what 99, 2000 had going for it, it really did shape the rest of the 2000s, and honestly, still to what today is. I could easily talk about things like the host of the show, Sarah Jessica Parker, who opens the show with a long Matrix parody. It's also a Matrix parody that leads into a Sex and the City parody.
You're the one.
You're sweet. I have to admit, I was pretty good in bed.
Loved it. Loved, loved, loved. As long as this went, seeing a young Jimmy Fallon, like, trigger warning, I don't ever want to see Jimmy Fallon, but young Twinkie Jimmy Fallon, we were all kind of invested in there. We all thought he was going to be like the next big thing, which he did well for himself, but my God, did he get annoying. But yeah, we're seeing Sarah Jessica Parker play the Neo role. She goes, you know, kind of the Neo role. It's weird. You know, this is an odd parody that they're trying to do. I think a better Matrix parody was what we're going to see later on in like Scary Movie 3. That was the Matrix parody that we're all waiting for.
We loved our daughter, but she was evil. Made the horses crazy, killed our puppies, hid the remote. Really sick shit.
But yeah, Sarah Jessica Parker gets to kind of do this. She comes out to host. She is a good, bubbly host. I thought she was pretty good in this role. The whole tone of this show was kind of light and casual. It felt really chill. It just kind of felt like, hey, I'm your friend Sarah Jessica Parker. I've been in this industry since the 80s. You guys now know me as Carrie Bradshaw. Let's just sit and talk. And she really did make it feel like a good host. Did I need her musical number? No.
Come with me, and you'll be in a world of pure imagination.
Girl, shut the fuck up. You thought you ate that?
Did I need her multiple fashion statements? No, because me and Sarah Jessica Parker, my girl, I thought Carrie Bradshaw had the bad fashion taste. No, it's just SJP. It's just her. Me and her fashion don't agree, but she wears cute outfits throughout the show. She's a great kind of present, like just a good presence throughout it. She kind of comes in and out, does her little bits, and leaves. She's never trying to make it about herself, which is great, which is, you know, an actor hosting a show, you think they're going to make it all about them. That's usually saved for when comedians do this. And then throughout the show, we have so many good big moments. I loved the fight scene moment where we got best fight scene, and it was for The Matrix. The Matrix had a great night, with Keanu even taking home the Best Male Actor award. My goodness, do y'all remember the height of The Matrix? Like, Everyone was wearing trench coats. It was just a crazy time period. But yeah, The Matrix was such a dominant force throughout it. But I would also say I loved seeing the youth movement, like we talked about. We have things like Austin Powers, South Park, and Star Wars having a presence here. These were kind of properties that you never would have normally seen at a movie award show. And that's the prestige ones. That's even MTV up until 2000, when we're really shifting this. Like, we had the first South Park movie, which was a big deal. That Kyle's Mom song in elementary, middle school, everyone was singing that.
Well, don't do it, Cartman!
Then we also have, again, Phantom Menace. The marketing behind that movie, I remember getting the Pepsi cans. I remember getting all of this, the Pizza Hut tie-in and all that. It was such a big deal. And then just seeing what Austin Powers was. We see multiple Mike Myers kind of appearances throughout it. Vern Troyer gets to show up, which R.I.P. Vern Troyer. R.I.P. just Austin Powers in general. I know that they could always bring it back again, but what a time this was. They were showing a clip from fight scene, and it was the plane or the spaceship fight scene. I forgot Mike Myers and Vern Troyer fought in space in that movie.
Mike Myers versus Vern Troyer. Austin Powers, the spy who shagged me.
I need to go revisit The Spy Who Shagged Me, because seeing just clips of it throughout this award show was like really sending me back to this time period. I remember having, this was a couple years later, but the Goldmember DVD, and it was like a blue DVD case. Just the nostalgia that this award show brought up, and that's why I wanted to bring it to you guys. This channel is definitely millennial driven. If you guys watch American Horror Story or Yellow Jackets with me, you know who I am and what I'm about. So this award show specifically feels so in tune to what we normally like, what we normally talk about, this era, these actors. Like, I was waiting for Juliette Lewis, Christina Ricci, and like Dylan McDermott or something from all these shows that I like to kind of pop up at this award show. But again, I got stuck with, actors, and I'm like, oh yeah, this guy's here. Oh yeah, this one definitely hit me with some forgotten people. Even the forgotten D'Angelo performance. What was D'Angelo doing here? I'll even forgive NSYNC because they got to do It's Gonna Be Me, a bop. Talking about a time period. MTV and NSYNC inseparable in '99 and 2000.
You might been hurt, babe.
Find the note. Find the note.
This award show was just filled with like, oh, that person, like D'Angelo is a great R&B artist, but like is so painfully late 90s, early 2000s for me. Like that video where he was naked all over the place. Where's D'Angelo now? I'm gonna Google him and he's like died or killed somebody, and I'm like, oh, I forgot about all that. But like truly, like this was just such a walk down memory lane in the best possible way. Something that really stood out to me about this show was the shift of pop culture we were seeing at this time. We were seeing movies then become like synonymous with 2000. Things like the Mission Impossible franchise, things like Austin Powers. These things were starting to become really big staples of what we were leading into with pop culture and what we were going to be talking about and referencing. My goodness, the references from this award show alone of like movie quotes that you could just do with South Park and, Austin Powers. Like, my goodness, everyone quoted Austin Powers ad nauseum back in the day. Like, you guys don't realize, if y'all remember light Borat era where everyone was like, my wife, it was like that, but like everyone was doing the fat bastard, everyone was doing Dr. Evil.
I want my baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back ribs. I want my baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back ribs. Excuse me.
We're also seeing things get a little bit darker and edgier with The Matrix, with Fight Club, with Cruel Intentions. These movies were like just so gritty and gross and weird, and so many, not gross in a bad way, but like the aesthetic of The Matrix, or the what was going on in Cruel Intentions, or the whole themes of Fight Club. These were like kind of touchy, edgy subjects that we were really seeing that we were leaving the edginess of the late 90s. If you were like a wrestling fan, things were nasty in the Attitude Era, politically, everything going on with Clinton and all that. It was a nasty time, but going into the 2000s, we were embracing that darkness and using it to kind of fuel the light and being able to kind of push in a different direction. I absolutely love that we were kind of being able to showcase the light and the dark side. Like, as much as fun as Austin Powers was, what Fight Club was doing was also great. Like, there was not enough Fight Club presence at this award show, and I know Fight Club's kind of this movie that was like big when it came out, but then like slowly got bigger with Bros. It was such a college room poster kind of vibe in like 2001. Yeah, I definitely think we could have seen more Fight Club throughout this. I could have done without that Mission Impossible skit. And I know, like, we're still about to end the Mission Impossible franchise now, and Tom Cruise is back in people's favor, but, like, when he had that little bob he had in this era, that was not my Tom Cruise. Not my Tommy boy.
I think the first time I really knew I wanted to work with you was back, I guess it was back in, TPS, probably. You know?
What's TPS?
Taps.
Well, why didn't you just say taps?
I'm, like, middle of the 2000s when he's Crazy Scientologist. That's my Tom Cruise. At least I could aesthetically like him better, but I hate this bob. I hate this white woman haircut they have on Tom Cruise. I hate the skit that he has to do that goes on way too long. Tom Cruise, though, did love a sketch. Like, I will give him credit because, like, in the Austin Powers movies, he has a cameo at one point. He's goofy here. Tom Cruise is often labeled too serious of a human being, even by me sometimes. But what he was doing here, at least he was being goofy. At least he's having fun. That's the theme of this award show. It is a very fun award show.
You're in the middle.
Just get a little hit of Clooney.
Okay.
I guess after dealing with this last Oscar season, I am craving fun, non-problematic fun, and that's what I got with this one. The 2000 MTV Movie Awards was a perfect snapshot of culture at this time as a prime millennial. Like, I am the exact age for peak millennialness. This show brought me back, and I hope it brings you back too. I really wanted to talk about something different on this channel, dive into an award show that I remember very distinctly. If you guys wanted me to jump into a VMAs or another MTV Movie Awards from a different year that you were a big fan of, let me know down in the comments below. I had a great time looking back on this. I've watched this award show like twice just to be able to like talk about this and being able to have fun conversation points with you all. I had a blast with this video, so I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you guys like the conversations that were started here. I hope I took you down memory lane. Go watch Fight Club again. Go throw on Austin Powers. Go watch Cruel Intentions. Go watch Cruel Intentions. Skip everything I said. Go watch Cruel Intentions at least one more time. My goodness, Sarah Michelle Gellar eats that movie up. Watching her kiss Selma Blair here. Iconic level stuff. But alright guys, that is it for my video. Thank you guys so much for joining me for this journey back to the year 2000 to the MTV Movie Awards. Share your thoughts down in the comments below. If you did like this, I'll do more of these. If you like it. Alright everyone, let's talk about the MTV Movie Awards and pop culture right down below.